And we're live. If you are watching the replay, that's okay. But if you are joining me, then it's the day after Valentine's Day. And I am so excited to be here with you to hang out with my curlentines. That's what we are now. We are all curl friends. And we have got an exciting live today because we're going to be styling hands free. Actually, sorry, hands only. Did I say hands free? No. We have been using a lot of different tools on the channel lately. I mean, we have seen some classics, things that I've been using for a very long time. Then we've been seeing a lot of new tools, and we've been going a little hard with the tools. And today I thought we could take things back to the basics a little bit. So we're going to go back to the basics. We're going to talk about finger coiling, how finger coiling looks different from actually brush styling, and why you might want to do something like that. So let's see a sign of life. If you're here, with me, I'm going to let my hair down like Rapunzel. And I will say, I am sorry for being fashionably late. I was stuck detangling my hair. I'm kidding. I tried the unbrush. Again, this is not about brushes. We are not here to talk about tools, but spoiler alert for you, there's a lot of tools that I have been reviewing, and I'm going to bring it to you on the channel to see if these tools are worth the hype. So far, so good. Okay, now you let me know your thoughts as well. Please talk to me in the chat. Let me take a look here. See who's saying hello. Hi, friends. Okay, sorry, I didn't see the chat up until now, but we're here. I'm so excited that I get to catch all of you guys live. Okay, so let me just, before my hair continues to dry, I have got my spray bottle handy. Now, if you have any sort of damaged hair, again, this is the video for you, because when we're finger coiling or when we're styling our hair with these types of techniques, we are enhancing the curls to be the best they possibly can be. And that's all we want to be, right? That's all I just want to live my best life, being the best person, the best version of me, and putting my best curls forward as well. So we can always do that. We can always do that when we start with our hair prepared. So I'm starting with it wet. I did a nice shampoo condition. I did a little treatment moment, treat yourself. You got to treat yourself when you're in the shower. Been showing myself a lot of self-love. How was everyone's Valentine's Day? Did you show yourself self-love? Did you have a lover? I love that for you. And if it was just you, me too. Okay? High five. I love this for us. I've also already put a little bit of leave-in conditioner in, but I will put a little bit more. This is the one I have been using. If you're up to date, if not, this is from Eva NYC. It's their H2. Whoa. It's just very hydrating. And we always want to hydrate the hair. To give a little bit more context, it's a snowstorm here. So it's going to be very cold in the forecast. And I just want to make sure that I am hydrated and not dehydrated, because that just leaves me with brittle strands. So we've prepped the hair. The hair is starting wet. Okay, there's a little bit of a dry piece up in here, and that's okay. Like I said, I already applied a little bit of these products just before coming on. I usually like to put, my leave-in conditioner in my hair while my hair is still pretty wet pretty soon out of the shower, because back to your hair being, if it is very damaged or even a little bit damaged, you have some porosity in your hair. Do you notice that your hair dries extremely fast without product? Then you have high porosity hair. I am one of you. So as someone with high porosity hair, when I put my products in my hair right out of the shower, even if I'm not going to style right away, because, let's be real. Let's be real for a second. Sometimes we need to, wash our hair and then take a bit of a break. It's not, sometimes you got to let your arms relax a little bit, get some recovery time in there, work up the energy, the strength, the capacity to then go in and complete the curl styling. Sometimes the wash is half the battle. So I always at least like to apply my leave-in conditioner, right? So now that look, you can just see how juicy. And if you can't see how juicy by that, how's my sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear that? It's music. I just want to dance. I just want, and I funny enough, I'm wearing this top that I wore out dancing last week. Um to everyone that's been asking about my shirt, isn't it fun? It's getting ruined, but I'm okay. I've worn it 3 times in the last week, and so now after this I might be sick of it and never want to wear it again. So this is we're going out with a bang. Anyways, side note, I will link it in the description box for you because a lot of you are commenting on the last video, as well as, the products and some of the tools. I can have them all linked in the description box. Although, like I said, we're keeping it like this is for the broke girlies or the ones that don't want to be using a lot of different tools. Like if you're low maintenance, our best tools are our fingers. Okay. I mean, I'm still a brush girl. Let's not get it twisted, but we're gonna get we're gonna get with our fingers. Now, I hope that your nails are either not done or fresh. I've recently started getting back into doing shellac. Shellac. I think I just learned actually that shellac is the brand, but it's really gel polish. So I just started doing gel polish once again after being just a natural nail curly for a very long time. And I do love it here. I just feel like, you know, but when you let them grow out too much, and then, when they start to peel on the sides and then they get caught in the hair, I hate that for you. Don't let that be you, okay? If that's what you're dealing with, then just use a brush, okay? But let's talk about when you want to use a brush and when you don't want to use a brush. Using a brush on wet hair has, it's acquired a lot of controversy over the years because technically speaking, on studies that have traditionally always been done only on straight Caucasian hair, brushing the hair when it is wet is damaging. This is a fact. This is true. The hair is in the most fragile state when it is wet. So, you want to be careful when you are brushing it if you have that fragile hair. No, not everyone does. When it comes to curly hair, what we have learned is curly hair has better response or has less damage done to it when it is detangled with, while it is wet with conditioner. So that way, because there's less pressure on the hair, right? Because curly hair, because tends to be more porous, can become more dry. That dryness can lead to a lot of brittleness, which leads to a lot of breakage. So if you brush curly hair while it is dry, and I'm talking dehydrated dry, then that'll lead more breakage than if you were to brush it while it was wet, right? So it always depends on what your hair type is. You know what's best. But even if your hair is very curly, it could also be bad for you to use a brush. Either, use a brush too much. Like I still think that detangling when you're using the right tools, and for many years now, my favorite has been the Tangle Teezer because this is a wet detangler. So it's meant for that. Hey, I just took a glance. I'm something about me and live streaming and my ADHD. I can only focus on so many things at one time. So I do apologize if I'm not seeing what you're saying in the chat right now. But towards the end, I'll try to answer some questions and I'll focus there. I'm just trying to get through this. I am seeing that we're spamming, and let's try not to. Let's be respectful in the chat. Okay. Thank you so much. We're all here and we're happy to be here. We want to have a good time. Let's do that, shall we? So I was saying I love brushing, detangling my hair when it's wet. I find it much more effective than finger detangling. So love that. But when it comes to brush styling, right? There's a difference between styling brushes and detangling brushes. And it usually has to do with, the flexibility. Like some brushes like this is made to be used wet, right? It's very gentle on the hair. And other brushes are very firm and very stiff. And, they're just not meant to be detangled with. And if you have quite damaged hair, because you could be early on your journey here, right? And if you are, I'm so happy you're here. Okay. It's never too late to start embracing your natural hair. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm so glad. that you're here and we're doing this together. Um, while the hair is really damaged, you want to kind of ease into things, okay? Until your hair has gained resilience and strength, I would avoid using classic brushes like the Denman brush, or even more recently, viral brushes like the Bounce Curl Define brush, which I will say, she is iconic. I do love her. I have been using her and will continue to, but my hair is in a good place too. So if you find your hair, this is the benchmarks, okay? This is how you know if you really should not really be brush styling your hair too much. If your hair is very limp, okay? When I say limp, it doesn't have a lot of bounce back. Now, if your hair is wavy, then you might not have a lot of bounce back in general because you just don't have that curl pattern. Your wave pattern is a lot looser. That's okay. There's other things that we can look at. Is your hair how do I say, gummy feeling? Now, this is a characteristic that happens especially when the hair is over processed. This could be either from a lot of bleach damage and color damage, which I we don't discriminate. I love colored hair. I love two color hair, and we approve of bleach here. It just needs to be done properly, and yes, it can have certain effects to the hair. And if you've gone a little bit overboard, that's okay. You just need to not do too much and not brush out the curls. That gummy hair, that hair that also feels really airy, like when it's dry, it just looks like fluff, like it's giving llama. Hair that also dries really fast, right? It doesn't hold on to its moisture, that kind of hair, I would not advise brush styling. Okay. Because at the end of the day, while I am a big fan of brush styling and it's easy to use and it can really make your curls look fantastic. All right, let's give a quick little demo while I'm just sitting here. I've always been a big fan of my ribbon. Like there's different ways that you can use it, right? So there's the ribbon curl, and this gives straight at first, but then you scrunch and you let it do its thing. This was a bad example, but just bear with me. When you do that, that really just kind of enhances the natural curl. But there's also ways that people love to use it to give a more ringlety effect. In my last video, I said founding father, but we can also say Shirley Temple. You know the type of curl that goes whirl and twirl and holy mother of pearl, it's giving sausage. Okay, it's making me hungry. A sausage curl, right? These little bad boys. Look, I mean, beautiful, beautiful ringlets. This is a technique that we can achieve finger coiling and not brush styling, which will be more gentle. And that's what we're going to demonstrate here today. Okay. So if you love these types of curls, but you also saw my last video and you hate, well, you maybe don't have great hand-eye coordination. Maybe you're scared of brushes. Maybe your hair is just not in the place for it. And maybe you also just don't have time for this or for the most dreaded part afterwards, separating it, because the the one thing that these curls will do, actually the two things, is one, they will take forever to dry. Thank you. Thank you for you. I'm thankful for you always. My Dyson dryer. I will love you for eternity. Thank you. Don't ever leave me or break down on me, please. Um, it will take a long time to dry, so definitely recommend diffusing. And they will also, again, stay very sausagey. They might also want to clump together after separating. And yeah, they're just going to require a lot of separating afterwards, which just takes a lot of time. So a different technique, and this is something that I've been doing forever, is finger coiling. All right, let me take one more section of my hair. I actually haven't finger coiled my head in a very long time. Okay, I'm going to be completely real with you because my hair is healthy, and I've leaned more towards healthier and quicker styling techniques in my later years. But at the very start of my channel, if you really wanted to scroll back, you could see that my hair was very bleached blonde, and in order to make the curls really pop, I always finger coiled. I always I mean, I only did my hair like once a week, And so that time that I invest into my hair care, you got to think about it like it is an investment, right? But it's working with the curls. I'm just going to apply my styler. So I'm going to be using, there's a few things you could use just to divert for a second. You always want to make sure it's slippery, okay? Something liquidy, so like a liquid gel. I love my Verb curl foaming gel. If you know, you know. Also, you could use a curl cream, something, a cream that is very hydrating, very slippery. I use, this is one that I really like. It's, salon, but this is the Aveda Botanical Repair. I use the Botanical Repair line in the shower, so I feel like I've already gotten my bond repair. I've now hydrated. When I'm using my styling, when I'm picking the products I'm using in my routine, I like a little bit of everything. I like, products that are color safe. I got some bond building in the shower. Oh, I did scalp care first, then bond building in the shower. Then I hydrated. And now this is going to help me shape, form, give hold. So I'm going to take a couple pumps and let's take a look see. I completely forgot what I was saying just prior to that. Oh, but I was saying that I used to do this all the time on my bleach damaged hair, and I really believed, and I still kind of do, but this is just anecdotal. There's no proven science to this, but I truly believe that the more you work with the hair, like, and you notice that words, you notice this when you straighten your hair like a few times in a row. The more you straighten your hair, the easier it gets, the more the hair wants to be in that form, right? And then when you go back to curly, the hair is just kind of confused and it doesn't look good. You've almost, some people call it heat trained, like heat trained hair that is used to being heat styled will it will straighten better, it'll be smoother, it'll look just silkier than hair that is, has really healthy curls and is never straightened. That hair is going to be super poofy and frizzy because it's not used to being straight, right? But if you get into the habit of finger coiling, especially your damaged hair, like I used to do, you could theoretically, okay, don't quote me, but you could get your hair used to being in this perfect ringlet form. And then your hair just gets better and better. Plus, you're working with your curls as opposed to working against your curls. And it just gets healthier and you live happily ever after. Like, and eventually, you kind of phase out of it, right? I reached a point on this channel where I just, I was trying out different tools. I got introduced to the Denman brush and I was hooked, honey, because the Denman brush, um, the way that I like to use it, not with comb curling, it's really enhancing your natural curl, which means sometimes you're going to get a more organic curl pattern. Sometimes is the curl just decides to switch directions mid curl and like you know the patterns I'm talking about. And if you have lots of different curl textures in your hair, it it doesn't affect that. Like it really just emphasizes that. But when you finger coil, you can tend to get a more uniform result, right? So when I do this, should I take a pause? Should I? I don't know. What time is it? We're doing okay. We're doing good. Is this fun? Are we learning something? Are we having a good time? What are you saying? You need the foaming gel in a gallon version. Nelly, that needs to go to head office. I could not agree more. Let me talk. Let me see what I can do. Oh my God, that would be iconic. Maybe for the second year anniversary, I should talk to them and say we should launch a jumbo version. Why do I love that? Okay, okay. We're having a good time. Thanks, Sophia, for the reassurance. If there's anything about me, I am like one of my love languages, back to Valentine's Day. One of my love languages is definitely words of affirmation. So affirm me, please. Okay. Thank you so much. We're always learning and having fun with you, Mel. Me too. Thursdays are my favorite day. Thursdays are just the bestest day. Now let's get up close, shall we? I want to show you what's happening here. Like I'm not just taking this big chunk of wunk and twirling it like I could, and people do. But then I'm just back to the situation where I have this sausage curl that I will have to separate after. For me, I like to do all of my styling at once, okay? And I really try to separate and like take the curl clumps that I see. So when I pull the hair taut, you can kind of see where the curls are jumping together, like where there's a lot of curls forming together. I take a little bit more. I'll take that near the root, twirl it around my finger. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to get a little closer because I want you to see. These are my type of finger coils, okay? There's also finger rolls, which I can show you on the other side of my head. But when I take this section, I like to hold the end in one hand, and then I take my finger and I just kind of twirl and twirl, and then I let it drop. Which curl was that? It was this one. And as you can see, a perfect ringlet that, isn't too much hair that should be in this curl. Like that is going to look perfect when it's dried, and I won't have to do a lot of separating. I'm already going to have a lot of volume in my hair, and it's not going to take too long to dry. Do you see why I prefer this technique over going in with the brush coiling? While this is faster initially, it's a pain in my butt afterwards and creates more frizz. Like separating the curls afterwards, you the more friction you're putting on your hair, the more stress you're putting on your hair, the more frizz and the more potentially even damaging, right? So we don't love that. We don't love that. I don't love, maybe you, if it works for you, I love that for you. I don't love it for me. So let's try finger rolling. So what we're doing on the finger coiling side is I'm twirling the hair, right? So it is kind of like twisting when we're doing a finger roll, and I do love the finger roll for wavier hair types, more of the type 2, maybe loose threes. I love a finger roll for more of that flat wrap. This is going to give you a really silky, almost ribbon looking curl. And so sometimes if you're doing ribbon curls with the brush, this is a great way to like define certain pieces. And what you do is you take a strand and you got to pinch the end of one and then chop it in half. I'm thinking of how to describe what I'm doing. Can you see it well? I love you. You're so pretty. That's all I see. That's all I see in the chat. That is very sweet of you. Don't look too closely. I'm serious. I'm serious. Okay, we're just focus on the hair for a minute, please. God, I'm an animal. Okay, so we're going to chop it in half. I'm still pinching the end here. And I'm just gonna roll up. This is hard to do with my hair so short. But then I've caught the hair now, and I roll up, and then I release like so. I can't see. Can you see? Do you see how pretty? That's cute. That's cute. Okay? That gives a very bouncy, smooth curl because we didn't twist, we just flat wrapped. And I find that if you want more bounce, this is a better technique. Now, listen, this gets the hair really ringlety, but because you're kind of pulling downwards as you're twirling, it also kind of elongates the curl. So I love the finger roll. Roll it, gal, roll it, gal, roll it, gal, roll. Control it, gal. We're controlling the kials, okay, the curls when we're doing this, which I love. Look at me, look how short that looks. If I do this to my whole head, it's giving haircut, which honestly I'm in need of. So maybe again, again, I'm gonna roll it, yeah, roll it, yeah. So when my hair was longer, like more mid-length, my hair used to be like here. At one point on this channel, it was really long. But when my hair was more mid-length and I was finger coiling regularly, I had timed it for you, and it took me 45 minutes to do the whole head. Now, I personally, when I do my hair, see, it's short. It's kind of hard to do it back here. I personally just like vibe when I'm doing my hair. I'll have music on. Maybe I'm FaceTiming someone, a friend, you know. Maybe you're FaceTiming me right now. Like, are you, who else is doing their hair live with me right now? Or is it not wash day? When's your wash day? Let me know. I do love a Friday wash day because then I just feel the baddest for the week. And then I do tend to wash my hair Monday. I need to wash away my sins. Um, or Tuesday, because also Monday and Tuesday I'm usually filming. So like my wash schedules are usually because of filming purposes, but let me know when you love to wash your hairs. I'm gonna let down the next section, and I don't know. Let me know if you need me to demonstrate any of those pieces again. Other, I'm gonna be so for real. I dropped this and broke the top. I can just glue it back on, I'm sure. I'm still gonna use it. This is the best spray bottle I have used. It just has the most power. Like I pump and it goes the longest. But these things always break. The top is, I don't even know where that went right now. Please excuse. I'm gonna continue moving on. Like I said, we're gonna be, I mean, I guess I'm finger coiling in real time. So I'm gonna make sure my hair is nice and wet, like I said. All right, just to recap, um, you got to make sure the hair is prepped. You know, clean hair always styles the best. So I've already washed and conditioned. I've applied my leave-in conditioner for slip, and then I like to my preference of product to use. Like again, you can use a curl cream. You could use a gel, like a liquid gel. I'm using this curl foaming gel, something that's slippery, right? And I like to keep it on my hands. I like to keep it in between my fingers. Okay, now it's in my knuckles. Like it is, we are ready to go. And I keep this all over my hands. I'm going to distribute through my hair. And I'm going to go ahead and just continue finger coiling in real time. I'll demonstrate again, like maybe you can see these sections a little bit better. Um, and you know, when you get used to your hair, the more you style it, you figure out what works for you, what doesn't. Not everything's going to work for everybody, you know? So you just got to learn through trial and error. Um, you know, these sections of my hair have always been a little bit looser, the sections like at my temples, in front of my ears. So, what I would do is actually finger roll these curls as opposed to finger coil. Because if I finger coil, like they're okay. I mean, it's cute, it's okay. Let me compare that finger coil to, okay. I like to make sure the section is nice and smooth, very gentle with the hair, as opposed to, okay, I'm going to smooth. I'm holding the tip. I'm going to karate chop and I'm going to roll it down, and then release. You can really see a big difference in the curls. And I like this type of curl better in these trouble areas that don't bounce as much. You just get more like, I mean, look at it. Look at it. And I do have a full video on this. I actually did a full comparison breaking down a finger roll versus a finger coil before. But you know, it's always fun to kind of recap these things on live. I thought this video might be helpful, or this live stream might be fun because we have been talking so much about brushes lately. I'm like, let's just put the tools down and in some cases put the weapons down, as it looks like. And you know, just go back to the basics with our fingers, because at the end of the day, you know, if you're stranded on a deserted island, what are you going to bring with you? I have a few things, but you know, we're always going to have our hands. Maybe not always, also maybe not always, let's hope so. But you know, assuming that we're always going to have our hands, it's always good to know what types of techniques you can do to help enhance your curls so you always feel beautiful. And again, these are always going to be techniques that are really healthy for you. No, that's a tanner.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I've just been rudely interrupted. I'm talking about spray bottles, and my brother, who's like in the back end trying to moderate and make sure that this live goes smoothly. Because Amanda, if you didn't know, today is my sister Amanda's birthday, hence why we're live streaming, so she didn't have to edit a video. She's also on vacation. We love this for her. Anyway, my brother just pops in and he's like, "Do you need this?" Which is another spray bottle, except this. Did you fill it with water? So you just completely ruined that. You didn't read the bottle. He brought in this self tanner. That's really upsetting. He brought in a self tanner. This is the Isle of Paradise Pro Glow Spray Tan Mister. You just completely ruined that. I don't know what's gonna happen now that it's diluted with water. I'm testing it. I'm testing it on you. It was low. I was wondering
why there were stains on it.
It was low. It was running low. That is so annoying.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna spray this all over your face in your sleep. How rude! My God. Oh no. Not the self tanner. I know. Anyways, looks so good today. Slay. Happy birthday. Oh, my makeup looks so good. Thank you. And yes, happy birthday to Amanda. We're giving her a break. She is having her summer birthday moment. I'm a summer birthday girl. My birthday is okay. Take at this moment, everyone take out their calendars. Okay. Note it down. My birthday is July 22nd. So I always have a summer birthday, and Amanda, as a February Canadian, doesn't. And so she is living her fantasy for the first time ever. She went to Cancun with her hubby, and they're just like having the bestest time. And that's why we're live streaming. So she didn't have to edit a video, and I get to hang out with you anyways. This is our Galentine's Day. Speaking of, I love you, and I want to make sure that you feel the love. I wish I could give each and every one of you something, but I do want to do a giveaway in this video as well. So right now we're chatting in the live chat, which love. Later, make sure you write in the comment section under the video, anything you want. Leave a comment, leave a question, leave a compliment. I love those. Write whatever you want to write, and make sure your first name and your last name initial is in there. And that way, we have your records. I'm assuming you've already signed up for our weekly newsletter and our monthly giveaway. Sorry, I brain farted for a second. That's what the smell was. I knew it. I'm kidding. Sorry. What was I saying? Yes, our weekly, I don't spam you. I try not to, but I do tend to email once a week just to keep you posted on, what we have been posting. And so if you are signed up for those weekly newsletters, you're also signed up for a potential monthly giveaway. But we usually do that monthly giveaway at the very end of the month. We still will. I want to do an extra one for one of you watching this video live. So make sure that you put your first name and your initial in your comments under the video. And we're going to select a winner. It's going to be a fun little Valentine's gift bundle of love, just like the huge. Let Amanda know we send her wishes for her birthday. I absolutely will. I mean, I don't know if she's probably having fun under the sun right now. So I don't know if I've seen her in the comment sections here, but believe me, she's having a grand old time. The resort that she's staying at has set up the room for her. They set up a cabana by the pool, specifically for them. They wrote her name in the sand, just really she's being treated like the birthday queen that she absolutely is. And we love that. So anyways, just working my way through my head here, yeah, this is tedious, but also see how I'm just doing it mindlessly. It's just become so easy for me. I have that muscle memory though. I've been doing this for so many years. So do not get discouraged if you're just kind of starting with this and you're like, how the hell did she do it so fast? It's just, you got to practice. You got to practice with your hair. So while I'm doing this and I'm just mindlessly going through it, I guess I can answer some questions. So now I'll actually take a look at the chat and see what I have been missing here. You register for the newsletter, but you don't get any emails. Maybe let's try again. Maybe because you should definitely be getting emails. Everyone does. Maybe they're going to your junk, which I hate that. That's a bit of a red flag. They usually don't from, feedback that we've gotten. So maybe there was a typo when you submitted. So maybe yeah, check it out. Try it again and join us. Join us. We do like to kind of, again, I give you a recap on what you missed last week and then what's coming up this week. And I usually give you a sneak peek on what's coming up the following week and like any important links, any new blog posts, anything that's updated on the website, any events that we might have coming up. We usually like to include that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I try not to be annoying because let me tell you how many emails I have unsubscribed from. It's just once a week. We just do it once a week. So if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, I don't know if I reminded you on how to do that, but head over to our website, mainsbymell.com. That's MANESBYMELL. Okay, double L, because more Mel, more fun. And you should see it on the homepage. Now you know. Now we know. I love how much faster this is, or to me, it seems a lot faster, but because my hair is a lot shorter. So let's see what I can answer while I'm doing this. How would you recommend sleeping on wet hair? I wouldn't. Next question. No, seriously, please don't. It's really, really awful for your scalp. If anything, like let it breathe. I would flip it up and then let it hang over your pillow, over the edge of your bed. Yeah, don't put a bonnet on it because that's just going to keep it warm and moist and your scalp is going to absolutely hate that. Don't. Okay? Thank you so much. Please. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. How do you get rid of tanglies? Tangles, you just need to find a good slippery conditioner and a good detangling brush. And I promise you, when you start from the bottom, you'll get here, okay? We always want to detangle from the ends very gently. We don't rip right from the root, okay? We start at the ends until we've cleared the section, and then we move up, and then we move up, and then it's good. And if your hair, tangles again very easily, then I would definitely recommend that when you're done detangling it section by section, okay, do it in sections if you have very tangly hair, just gently twist it to keep it in place. Twists, okay, I mean, if we're taking a look, this is yet another way that you can define your hair. Every technique that you do is going to give a slightly different result. And so that's what's so fun. I really encourage you, if you've been doing the same thing for a long time, which I have been, I've been pretty loyal to like my ribbon curl styling technique because it's tried and true. I love it. I love when my hair was longer, I used the Tangle Teezer more because it was more gentle on my hair. But now that my hair is short and it's healthy, I do prefer the Denman Brush because of the shape of it, the size of it. It's easy for me to get in my little short hair nooks and crannies. I also really love, like I said, the Bounce Curl brush, iconic, really good because it both defines, smooths, and separates all at once. Um, but I kind of forgot what we were talking about. Sorry. What was I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, are you still actually I just saw this. Are you still using Bounce Curl? I notice you don't mention the products as much in your routines. I do. Honestly, I just have so many products. I have so many products that I just use what I like. My favorites from Bounce Curl, I think their moisture balance leave-in conditioner is absolutely iconic. Again, it's a little bit heavier, but in my Canadian winters, oof, it's so good. That's such a good one. They have great products. Just because I don't use something doesn't mean I don't approve. I also and this has nothing to do with Bounce Curl anymore, but I also don't review products that aren't cruelty free. That was an oath if you've been here since at least since last year. I kind of made an oath on this channel and I was like, honestly, there are so many product brands out there and I don't really want to reward the brands that are testing on animals. Now, It's really a touchy subject because a lot of brands also have third party people testing on animals, and like, or like their ingredients in general are tested on animals already. So it's like, can you really avoid it? I just try to, so I kind of have decided that I don't like to review. I just don't want to like give them a platform. It's just something that I've been trying to do. And it is really challenging sometimes because I get a lot of requests to do reviews on like even like really affordable drugstore products from like really popular brands that unfortunately do test on animals. And I'm like, I'm in a place where I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm bringing you really accessible content. I'm like touching all the boxes. I'm hitting all the things, but I mean, I kind of made this oath, and I'm like, I don't want to use products that aren't cruelty free. Bonus if they're vegan as well, and it's like if they're not vegan, are they cruelty free? It's so weird, it's really weird. So vegan and cruelty free is definitely something that I try to strive for. And so you might not see me use a lot of brands. That doesn't mean that they're bad. Doesn't mean that I don't like them. I'm not using them, and I'm not trying to, you know, give them a platform. If that makes sense. What would you like though? Like honestly, is there a brand? Let me know. I do want to do an updated ooh, I got a drippity droppity. Good thing I have setting spray on my face. Let me just take my microfiber towel. Love this. Um, yeah, your hair should be wet. It should be nice and wet, especially when you're doing this. Let me know if there are brands that you want me to review. I was thinking that I need to do like an updated bond repair review, and I want to do one of like a really affordable drugstore versus like a more high end type of one. Hold on, my chat's not updating. I want to do an updated one like that. And so let me know. I was thinking for brands, again, if they're cruelty free, I prefer that. But let me know if you think I should just do everything. I don't know. My morals. I don't know. I was thinking of doing the brand Bondi Boost. Has anyone ever tried that? I see it everywhere. It recently came to Sephora in Canada. Ooh. And so I do want to try that. And then, oh my god, I really don't want to finger coil the top of my head. I'm really done with this. Okay, let's take a look. See here. See how I brush up? See how like the hair is kind of like chunking in some areas? I'm taking those chunks and I'm gonna twirl. I'm gonna take this chunk and I'm gonna twirl. I'm holding my end. See this? I'm gonna take this chunk and I'm gonna twirl and let it drop. Oh, this is where the arms start to burn. This is where they start to burn. As I was saying, I want to like review. I think I want to do like a Bondi Boost review, and then some Not Your Mothers, because I got some stuff when I was in the States, because we don't really have much of that in Canada here. That's the other thing. Like some products are just not available to me. But yeah, I'm always taking requests. I'm always taking requests. We also have a request box on the website, on my meansbymel.com website. So, you can always let me know if you have questions and things there. Love that. Taking these kind of chunky 1 inch panels, I'm going to brush it through. And I'm going to, like, this is really thick, but I'm going to slowly work through this section by just taking like a little thing at the root, give her a twist, and let it drop. Now, oh my god, see, I might have to. Am I giving up? I'm not a quitter, but I'm starting to. I'm starting to fade. This is a lot of stimulation here. We've also been on here for almost an hour. So should I just finish off with a brush? I'm gonna make that executive decision for my arms, even though I did not get to work out this morning like I intended to. Okay, I was already late here. Who was I kidding? I'm gonna take the bounce curl brush. I'm just gonna Smooth and drop. Oh, you can't beat how fast brush styling is. Again, just be wary and try not to do this at home if your hair is damaged. Like this brush is snug. If you look closely, it's got so many little bristles and teeth. And so it really does smooth out your strands. And you just, if your hair is not resilient enough for that, if your hair doesn't bounce back easily, one, start using a bond builder. Start using a bond building treatment, okay? If K-teen and Olaplex is not in the budget, that's why I want to do another updated review. But I have in the past really liked Mark Anthony. I really liked Twist. They've got their Strength in the Bond mask. What other affordable ones? Affordable. I'm trying to think drugstore. Yeah, I want to do like Not Your Mother's has got some products. So what do you think? Are we liking that? Are we vibing with it? Let me know. I'm just gonna live my best life. Amanda also absolutely loves this brush. I'm going to speak on the birthday girl's behalf. I believe she took it on vacation with her. Now she left, when did she leave? Yesterday, very early in the morning. So she got there on Valentine's Day. And I did her hair the day before. I actually did her color as well, but then we styled with the Bounce Curl brush. And she's there for 5 days and she took the brush with her. She's like, I'll probably wash once when I'm there. Realistically, you don't want to wash too much on vacation, but also live your life. Ooh, I'm sorry. I was getting a cold. um what was I saying? Are we still here? She did bring the brush for her one potential wash on vacation. And now I'm just going to take my bangs. See how I've done this? That scared me. Me too. scared. That scared me too. I am so sorry. All right, let's finish off this last section here. Are you mad at me? I know we were here finger coiling, and then I just got tired of it. But let's see. Okay, so we've got the curls doing some funky things here. If you don't like a section, I'm just gonna go the opposite way. And see now, I think they're curling a little bit better now. You know, I'm gonna define and touch up any curls that I might have to. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Please, please show me mercy. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, okay? What can I do? Gift you something? Like I said, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So when I hop off of here, which I think I'm gonna do, because I gotta dry this hair. I've got things to do. When I hop off here and we finish the chat, I want you to head over into the comment section below and leave a comment as well as your first name and your first initial, as long as you have submitted or like joined our weekly newsletter. And I will put instructions in the description box below. As long as you're on our weekly newsletter, then we will reach out to a giveaway winner. I hope you've all had a really wonderful time here today, that you've all had a really lovely Valentine's Day, and that you have a great hair day. You're going to probably watch this back, right? When you're actually styling, so we can just like hang out again. Watch this when you're styling, pick up the tips and tricks in real time, and have a fantastic weekend. Like, that's why I love doing these things on Thursdays. I feel like now you can wash your hair today or tomorrow and you're going to look amazing for the rest of the weekend. Hello. Love that. It's a snowstorm. I'm scared. I hope that you all are really safe and you have a great weekend. I'm going to hop off. Thank you again for joining me. Maybe we'll do another one of these things very soon. And again, in the comment section, actually under the video, do let me know what products you might want me to review. If you're liking that bond comparison that I mentioned, because I might do something like that next. Okay. We'll talk soon. Love you. Bye.